Have you ever been writing code and just had that feeling of déjà vu, like you've written the exact same lines just a minute ago? Well, you probably have. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on the magic of JavaScript functions. They are the absolute key to writing smarter, not harder. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so let's imagine for a second. You're deep in your code, and you need to add two numbers. Easy enough. Then, a few lines down, you need to add two different numbers. You could just write it all out again, couldn't you?
And it would probably look a little something like this. First, we add 10 and 20. Then, we add 5 and 15. See the pattern here? It's the same exact logic, just with different ingredients. We are repeating ourselves, and in the world of programming, that's a big, big no-no.
I mean, it's a total pain, right? Your code starts to get bloated, and if you ever need to change how that addition works, guess what? You have to find and change it in every single place. Ugh, there has to be a better way. And of course, there is.
And this is where functions make their grand entrance. They are such a simple yet incredibly powerful solution to this whole repetition problem.
So what is a function really? Just think of it like a little package of code. You write a specific task once, give that package a name, and then you can call on it to do its job whenever and wherever you want.
Look how much cleaner this is. We create one function, and we call it add. Now, instead of writing out the console.log and the plus sign every single time, we just call our add function and give it the numbers we want to add. So much better, right?
You know, a great way to think about this is like cooking. The function itself is the recipe, the set of instructions. The parameters, those things in the parentheses, are your ingredients. And the return value? Well, that's the delicious, finished dish that the recipe produces. So you get what functions are for, but did you know there are a couple of different ways to write them? Let's take a look at the two most popular styles you're going to see out there, the classic way and the modern way.
All right, on the left, we've got the old-school function declaration. You can spot it a mile away thanks to that function keyword right at the beginning. Now, look to the right. That's the modern, sleeker arrow function. Notice how it ditches the function keyword and uses this fat arrow symbol instead. They both do the exact same thing, but the arrow function is way more concise, and it's what you'll find in pretty much all modern code bases.
Now, the arrow function has this awesome secret weapon. If your function is super simple, like just one line of code that gives back a value, you can make it even shorter. You can actually get rid of the curly braces and the return keyword.
And here it is in all its compact glory. This one line of code is a complete function. It takes two numbers, a and b, and it just returns their sum. It's so clean and readable. How cool is that?
Okay, we've been throwing this word return around a lot. It's a really fundamental concept, so let's make sure we know exactly what it does.
Take a look at this function. It adds two numbers, and then it prints the result to the console. It performs an action, but what happens when we try to capture that result in a variable like this?
So what do you think? The function definitely prints 5 to our console. We'll see that. But what value is actually being stored inside our result variable? Any guesses?
The answer is undefined. Whoa, why? It's because we never explicitly told the function to give back a value with the return keyword. It did its job, it logged the number, but it didn't hand anything back. So just remember, if you don't use return, your function gives you undefined.
All right, theory's over. We've got the basics down. Now for the fun part. Let's see how we can use functions to build actual useful stuff.
Check this out. A simple little calculator. It takes two numbers and an operator, like a plus or minus sign. Then it just uses a couple of if statements to figure out which calculation to perform. This is a perfect example of how a single function can be made really flexible and powerful just by changing its inputs.
Or how about this one? This function takes a student's marks and tells you if they passed or failed. It's another simple but really practical example of how functions are amazing for making decisions in your code. Both of these are like perfect little machines, right? You put something in and you get a totally predictable result out. That reliability is what makes functions the bedrock of programming.
So, let's do a quick recap. What have we learned? Number 1, functions are all about writing reusable code. No more copy-pasting. Number 2, they take inputs, which we call parameters. Number 3, they give back outputs using the return keyword. And finally, don't forget about those cool arrow functions for a modern, shorter syntax.
You've basically just unlocked a new superpower.
You now have the ability to build your very own reusable code machines. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first? The possibilities are literally endless. Go have some fun with it.